I'd lived nowhere near the ocean, but I always wanted to be at the ocean. I loved Jacques Cousteau documentaries on the TV. I just loved seeing them with their homemade scuba gear, jumping off boats and searching for things in the ocean, and it really just struck a chord with me. I didn't see a whole lot of role models in those movies, but I think that my parents gave me a really good start in that they never told me that I couldn't do anything. My parents said I was born asking questions. Science was something that I always was drawn to. When I was younger, I have this photo of myself in this tree costume, and most kids just had like brown cords and a green top with a couple of leaves pinned to it, and that was their tree. And my dad did this amazing elaborate cardboard trunk with giant trunk arms that I had to hold out. And it made me think that the sorts of things that they did, they were creative people, and they also did things 100%. And I think I try to bring that to the things that I do as well. The science that I do is taxonomy. Largely it's description of species and biodiversity, looking at Australian biodiversity. And I work on crustaceans, which are invertebrates that live in aquatic environments. So there's little crustaceans that are associated with groundwater systems. And these animals, we've dated some of them to about 4 or 5 million years without interruption. I explore and I find the species, I define them, and then I describe them. And so under the microscope, I do that with really detailed scientific illustrations. And then we use that to analyse their body form and then figure out a way to show their evolutionary history. It's important to know our biodiversity so that we know what's in the ecosystems. Species are they're the building blocks of our life. We need to know what species live, where they live, and why they live there, so that we know what's happening in the environment and how we can manage it, protect it. All those other questions come afterwards. I think children should be encouraged to follow their interests, even if the parents have no knowledge or insight into any of that. Just encourage them to explore and question. My 5-year-old tells everyone quite proudly that slaters are isopods, not insects. She's very proud of that, and I'm proud of that as well. I really enjoy piecing the stories together of the evolutionary histories of these animals. I think that gives me the most joy.